Like this anymore. Like 8, I get home, I try to sleep, whatever. The next day, don't think anything. So much energy, and for a year, how did that happen? Manic, Bipolar, sorry. Better go make your own business. Fuck everybody. I didn't say that out loud. I just literally was just like, I want to feel like this forever and push everyone I love away because I'm so gone in the middle of a shit. I really wanted to go. She was really, we had our regular party going clothes on. We weren't like, we didn't like, still reality driving on. Like 2 motorcycle guys like cross over my car. They were driving next to me and I was just like so happy. I was recording myself on my phone. I'm like singing the song and dancing and I broke out of it and was like, it all came back, a little bit of reality came back, and I was, so I made it through that, had the day, well, they diagnosed me with an anxiety disorder. I think I'll last a bit longer to find another reason to breathe is air. Now we made for ourselves, this won't be the last time. So, title of this video, my psychotic break, whatever else I add to this title. I am a little manic right now. It's coming off of like a 2-week super major depressive episode. So I figured if I was gonna start filming this at some point, today would be the day. Because also I'm moving tomorrow. It's 2020, August 26th today. And it's fucking hot in San Diego. Let's go back to before I had a diagnosis. Just go to outside of high school. I was working a full-time job. I was working a part-time job on the weekends and graveyard shifts for some days. I was in school full-time, 3 days a week. That was full-time. September through early November, I was working a seasonal Halloween acting scare actor job, which was fucking awesome. I think back to my psychotic break. My first experience of mania was definitely in 2014, and I was just over 20 years old. I just turned 20. That's a little bit of a backstory and a little bit of the build up to the chaos, I would say. Definitely having an undiagnosed mental illness and then working and not sleeping and not eating for however many long I was working those jobs, which was about a year at that point. I had the part-time job for a little under a year and a half, and then I had my full-time job for just over a year, just under a year, 9 months. And that was a full-time job. I was working at a warehouse, stocking boxes and loading trucks at a logistics facility that sent out tools and shit. And then my part-time job, I was actually working at a halfway house, which was like a small residential facility in a house I was basically a direct care supervisor. I worked with a bunch of other people that basically were living in the house with these people who all had mental illness, and I would just basically assist them in their daily living. The Halloween job was just a month. That was more of a release for me, just kind of get out of the rigorous, just structured work. So fast forward to June of after my senior year, so a year after high school, after working and going to school full-time, all that shit. I don't even want to calculate the hours a week that I was doing actual stuff. Yeah, I was going on my first vacation from work and school. It was 3 days to Las Vegas. I wasn't old enough to gamble or anything. It was more of just a family trip. Me and my girlfriend at the time had been together for 3 years, and me and her were driving to Vegas to meet my mom, my stepdad, my cousin, and my aunt. And we were just going to go to Vegas and basically do all the kid stuff like we used to do when we were kids, like Desperado and Circus Circus and all the rides and Stratosphere and all that fun stuff. Senior year is when I also got pretty heavily into marijuana. I didn't drink that much, so weed was what I poured myself into to get me through all of that madness. I had a medical card for anxiety and insomnia. But back to Vegas. going to Vegas. I was so excited, super pumped. Not have to worry about school or work for 3 days, and I just got to go have fun with the family and the girlfriend. I had stocked up on hordes of weed because it wasn't legal in Vegas at the time. I had a shitload of edibles and dabs and weed, everything for when we got to Vegas. I don't want to get into the whole Vegas thing, but I was like super high the whole time, super excited, super euphoric. Everything was wonderful. Everything was great. I was so happy. And then I don't think I might not have slept like for 2 days. I had to drive back to San Diego, and it hit me. Everything hit me. It was textbook mania, manic depressive, super high energy. I know I didn't sleep the whole night before the drive back, and we had to drive back from at 11, and it took us 7 or 8 hours to get back. So it's summer. The trip back from Vegas is usually 4 to 5 hours max. It was a 7 or 8 hour drive because there was so much traffic and shit. It was just me and my girlfriend in the car, and I don't think I stopped talking for 1 minute of that road trip. I was just blabber, 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 blabber. Just everything was conversation, and she was a trooper. Holy shit, I can't imagine being in the passenger seat of my car when I was driving, because I was totally functional driving, but I don't even remember half the things that I was talking about, but everything was just everything needs to be like this, and when I get back it's going to be like this, and oh my gosh. And yeah, I struggled with depression for a while of my life, a big portion of my life, and this was so much euphoria and craziness and all this. Oh my gosh, the whole road trip back, looking back, I feel so sorry that I put her through this. Good God, when we finally got home, she just bolted out of the car and was just I can't take this anymore. 8 hours of a first manic episode culminating in a 2-door Ford Focus. That's it. Gosh, that's crazy. We get home, and my mom and my stepdad are already home, and what I was going through, they had no idea what was happening. It was full-on psychotic mania for the first time. And good God, if I could go back and feel that again, I wouldn't, because of the shit that I put her through during that whole road trip. I can't imagine how traumatizing that was for her. So anyway, I get home, I try to sleep, whatever. The next day, don't think anything's wrong. Still don't have any idea what's wrong. I just think I feel super awesome. And yeah, I keep smoking, staying high, not connecting to reality whatsoever. Me and my girlfriend had a major breakdown, and I slept in a different room. I knew that, just for her sanity, just to separate a little bit. I had enough to realize that I was being a little bit over the top, but I couldn't stop. I could not focus or control it whatsoever. Yeah, so that was the first hint of some sort of mental psychosis mania. I wouldn't say it was psychosis yet at that point, but it was definitely mania. So I had to go back to work, and I was so excited to go back to work at my logistics job, my warehouse job. My dad actually was a vendor for the company, and he got me the interview, and I aced the interview because oh my God. How did that happen? My whole Mexican mocha just fell over. Oh, my hot chocolate. Well, I'm moving, and this carpet's gonna be stained anyway, but damn it, that sucks. I didn't even take a sip of that hot chocolate yet.